Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. The Indian Air Force has deployed choppers in southern Tamil Nadu after savage rains on Sunday left hundreds of people trapped by floodwaters. Reports in the morning said the rains killed 3 people. Mi-17 choppers dropped food in Tirunelveli and Tuticorin districts, which were among 4 districts battered by the showers. Troops from the Indian Army evacuated dozens of people, including children, cut off by swirling floodwaters. Reports said more than 7,000 people have been evacuated in rescue operations by the emergency services. About 18 trucks carrying food reached Tuticorin for distribution to those with no access to essential supplies. The rainfall was rated as unprecedented and on a scale never seen in at least 50 years. Efforts are underway to rescue about 500 people stranded at the Sri Vaikundam railway station after the tracks were damaged by flooding. Reports say rail authorities are sending a special train to take them to Chennai. Public transport systems were among the worst hit in Sunday's flooding. Platforms submerged in floodwaters at major railway stations in the region, which connect the south and the north of Tamil Nadu with direct services. Reports in the morning said the rainfall has stopped, but floodwaters have not receded, which slowed the rescue operations, and rescuers from the National Disaster Response Force have been deployed to the region. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, who is in Delhi, has said he is meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to seek federal aid for the devastation caused by bad weather in his state. In comments to reporters, the Chief Minister said he will discuss the damages caused by Cyclone Migjam in the north of Tamil Nadu and the floods that swept through 4 southern districts on Sunday. He said federal assistance was essential to restore normal conditions in the region. He also defended his government's response in the aftermath of the cyclone. He said extensive preparation had saved the region from more damages. He also pointed out that the cyclone was far more worse than what was forecast by the Weather Service. Tamil Nadu Health Minister has said mobile medical crews have been deployed in the 4 southern districts hit by flooding. In a statement, Minister Subramanian said the teams will provide medical assistance to people affected by the rain. Reports said each team will have a doctor, a nurse, and a health inspector, and 190 teams will take up positions across the affected region. According to reports, the crew will move between 5 locations in an area to allow easy access for the public. The operation is aimed at preventing the spread of waterborne and infectious diseases, which usually follow flooding and damage to water lines, which contaminate water supplies. Reports quoting medical experts say cases of JN1, a variant of COVID-19, are expected to rise until the population develops immunity. The expert said symptoms might be stronger, with signs of fatigue, severe body ache, and a sore throat. The report warned that older adults should take prevention measures, as it could complicate the risks for those with health issues. It said younger individuals may not be seriously affected. India's federal health authorities confirmed the first case of JN1 in Kerala state. Later, dozens of suspected cases were also found in neighboring Tamil Nadu state, mostly among pilgrims returning from Kerala. The World Health Organization has said COVID-19 vaccines are effective against the new strain. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has criticized opposition lawmakers after they demanded that the government explain what led to the security breach at Parliament last week. He said they should have condemned the incident and their protest in the House was as dangerous as the breach itself. He also said their protest was the result of frustration at losing elections in 3 states held in November. Prime Minister Modi urged the opposition to follow what he called democratic norms. Dozens of opposition lawmakers were expelled from the winter session of the lower house for demanding an explanation from Home Minister Amit Shah on the security breach. A police investigation is underway to find out how protesters slipped through the parliament's security systems. After the mass suspension of lawmakers from the parliament, the MPs held a mock session outside the house and ridiculed the upper house chairman Jagdeep Dhankar. While Trinamool Congress lawmaker Kalyan Banerjee imitated Dhankar, the Congress party's Rahul Gandhi filmed it on his mobile phone. A little later, the clip was on social media, sparking an outcry from Dhankar and the BJP. When the House reconvened, Dhankar, who is also the country's vice president, described the behavior of MPs as ridiculous, shameful, and unacceptable. The BJP called it reckless and violative conduct. The record-setting suspension of more than 140 lawmakers comes amid the parliament's final session before the general elections next year. Reports say senior BJP leaders Lal Kishan Advani and Murali Manohar Joshi have been advised by the Ram Temple Trust not to attend the inauguration of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya next month. Both men are in their 90s, and age was stated as the reason to skip what is expected to be an event on a grand scale on January 22nd. Advani and Joshi spearheaded the campaign for a Ram temple at the site of the 16th century Babri Mosque, which was brought down by Hindu volunteers in 1992. Reports said Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the consecration of the temple. The BJP evolved as a major political party in India, with the Ram temple as its key campaign topic. India has responded to the International Monetary Fund after it said the country's intervention in the foreign exchange market was excessive. India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, or RBI, strongly disagreed and described the assessment as unjustified. Top officials of the RBI have repeatedly said the bank doesn't target a level for the rupee but intervenes in the currency market to smoothen volatility. In its annual report released on Monday, the IMF has reclassified India's foreign exchange regime to a stabilized arrangement from a floating system. The US Treasury has placed India on its monitoring list of potential currency manipulators on and off since 2018. An earthquake in China has killed scores of people in the northwest of the country. The strong and shallow quake killed over 100 people and injured hundreds more in the province of Gansu alone. Another 11 people were also killed and more than 100 injured in the city of Haidong in the neighboring province of Qinghai. News reports said the quake caused buildings to collapse and people ran out of homes into the streets for safety. State media said that rescue and relief efforts are underway. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake's magnitude was logged as 5.9. It also said the earthquake struck at a depth of 10 kilometers at midnight local time on Monday. Apple is rushing to make changes to the software in its smartwatches, just days before a U.S. ban comes into effect, over patent violations. Engineers at the company are racing to make changes to algorithms on the device that measure a user's blood oxygen level, a feature that Massimo Corp has argued infringes its patents. People familiar with the matter said the company is adjusting how the technology determines oxygen saturation and presents the data to customers. Unless there's a veto by the White House, a ban imposed by the International Trade Commission will take effect on Christmas Day. The smartwatch division is one of Apple's biggest moneymakers in the US. Analysts have warned of the risk of a surge in oil prices and other goods in the wake of attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea. Several shipping firms have paused operations on the route after vessels were attacked by Houthi rebels in Yemen. The rebels have expressed solidarity with the Palestinians and said they targeted ships traveling to Israel. The threat to commercial shipping has led the U.S. to launch an international naval operation in the Red Sea. Countries in the security operation include the UK, Canada, France, Bahrain, Norway, and Spain. The Red Sea is one of the world's most important routes for oil and liquefied natural gas shipments and consumer goods. The world's best male cricketers have gone under the hammer as teams finalize their squads for the 2024 Indian Premier League. Millions of rupees are being spent, with players set to earn huge sums. Australian captain Pat Cummins went for rupees 20.50 crore to Sunrisers Hyderabad, the highest bid ever. He is now the costliest player ever in IPL history. New Zealand cricketer Daryl Mitchell went for rupees 14 crore from Chennai Super Kings, and Indian player Harshal Patel was roped in by Punjab Kings for rupees 11.75 crore. The three are among those who breached the rupees 10 crore mark. The IPL 2024 auction is taking place at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.